Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Scorching humid day today. It's one of those days where you may as well just get into some yucky clothes because it'll be drenched by the time you're done, you know. A lot of interest in yesterday's video, as well as some comments about this crazy Vandermolen Windmill backpack blower that I got for free. That's right, free, from my friend Mike over in Babylon. He always brings me stuff when he's around the area. He brought it over to me. I gave him some Lucas oil products, and I have a lot of quid pro quo friends, you know. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Anyway, a lot of very interesting comments, especially from one guy. I don't know if he's a subscriber or not, but it's his first comment that I can remember. It's from E. Vanderloo. I'm thinking it's Vanderloo. So he commented on the Vandermolen. He's from Dutch descent, and I was correct in saying that Vandermolen is a Dutch company from the Netherlands. So he gave me some very interesting information about this. Another subscriber told me that there was only one video that he could find on this machine, and there's not very many links on the web about this backpack blower. So as I expected in the beginning, I said that this was probably very rare, and it seems like it is, you know. Anyway, so he said that Vandermolen translates to from the mill, thus the windmill name. In Holland, windmills are their thing, you know. In the pastures and stuff, there's a lot of windmills, and it flows water, I believe. It, you know, the wind powers the windmill to, I'm not 100% sure, maybe you can clarify, but I believe water is to move water around or something, to generate something. I'm not 100% sure, but it's fascinating, and I love information like that. He also said that Vandermolen claims to be the first inventor of the backpack leaf blower. It's very interesting. As you know, when I got this yesterday, the only thing that I could see that was wrong with it was that it was missing this handle, that it broke, you know, and because it broke, the backpack straps came off and probably disconnected from these things over here. The guy just chucked it. It's also missing the blower extension tube, right? Because this swivels like this, there's probably a plastic handle that sticks up like this where you can grab, you know, and you could turn it, you know, like that. So today, I'm going to fabricate something to get this worked out, you know. Reason why I take this as priority is because I have to go to my mom's house sometime in the end of this week to go mow her lawn. Remember, her lawn last week was in complete disarray, and I let it go for too long. So I'm going to try to go every 10 days to a week, 10 days to 2 weeks to go and mow her lawn. So I want to bring this with me because I brought the steel leaf blower back from her house because it never worked, you know, and I might toy with that in the future episode. But I wanted to get this out of the way so I could bring it to my mom's house, you know. So I've got some interesting things that I've been concocting to try to fabricate parts to get this to be fixed, okay? So I was thinking about the chute, right? So I've got a lot of these tubes. Some of these tubes are flat in the front where, you know, I don't really like it, but I like this one here because it's curved with a tapered front, you know? And so this you can kind of direct where you need the wind to go, and because it's tapered, the power is a little bit better, you know? Also, I just think it looks cool. And I remember I used a portion of this to fix something else in the past. I don't remember. I think it was for a lawn tractor or something. It might have been for the steering column boot or something like that. But anyway, it's like sort of loose here because, you know, I've split it, right? But it fits perfectly over here. You know, I might cut these two things over here. And then to fabricate a handle, right? I needed a handle like that so I can swivel. So I have this old PlayStation 3 laser gun. I don't really remember what it's for. I don't remember even playing with it. But it has this handle here. So I was thinking about cutting it right there and mounting it like that somehow so that I have a handle, you know? Then there's this thing. This is from a crutch. You know, like if you hurt your leg, you have that aluminum crutch. This is the middle part where you hold your hand like that. Well, we threw away the crutch, and I just thought, I'm going to use that someday. You know, that's what I think. You know, when I'm throwing stuff out, I just go, that looks like I might need that someday, you know? So I take it apart and I keep it, you know? And then one day, when I have crazy ideas in my head to do things, I mean, there's just something I could do here to get that to work. But I didn't want to drill too many holes into the tube or have anything protruding inside, because that kind of, you know, prevents the air from flowing well. You know what I mean? Not that a bolt or a screw will make any difference, really, but I'd prefer not to, you know, do too much for the stability of the connection here. Got this black handle, and not only that, I wanted to kind of match too. So this is gray. There's no gray on this thing at all, and it's foam, so I can't paint it, because once you paint it and touch it, you can get black dust all over your hands, you know, so that may not work. But I got this black handle. It's from, I'm saying, some lever for the John Deere RX-75 riding mower that I picked up years ago that I stripped, and this is a handle for it. And then I found this little bracket here, so I'm thinking I could just like put 2 self-tapping screws in there like that to hold it, right? And then it has this slot over here where I could put it like that, right? And do 2 screws in there, right? And then cover this up with some Gorilla Tape or something, wrap it around, and then that'll be kind of a cool handle, you know? I think I'm going to do that. I mean, because of the color and the plastic, looks just like that, you know? So I think I'll do that. As for the straps, I couldn't really find an old book bag, a backpack, you know, from school and stuff, from my kids, old ones, whatever, that we don't throw away yet. That are still good, obviously, so I didn't... Well, anyway, those backpack straps are sewn onto the body of the backpack. So you couldn't disconnect it without doing some sewing, you know? So I didn't think that would be very strong. I had these 2 messenger bags that I never used, you know? I think I got them from some trade show or something back in my marketing days. And so I took both of those straps off, and they're both double-ended with these clips. That makes it easy for me to just attach, you know what I'm saying? So, and it has these things here, so that ought to be close to my shoulders, I guess, you know? You know, I'll figure it out, but I think I've got it taken care of, you know? And it matches, too. It's got black, you know? The aesthetics of the machine has to be somewhat important as well, you know? So my question now to you guys is, should I just cut these 2 ends so I don't get caught on something, right? Or should I make something to stick in here, to loop into here, and then wrap it or something with some kind of white tape, you know? Just to make it look at least almost original, if not at all, you know? Because if I cut these parts off, right, you're still going to have a hole there, you know? So you're going to have to cover it up with something anyway, otherwise water will get in there, and you know what I mean? So I'll try to figure it out, but holy cow, just doing this monologue right now, I'm sweating to death. Hey guys, so I'm finished. I'm pretty satisfied with the way it came out. So as you can see, I used that bracket, right? And I put 2 screws in there, right? And then 2 screws on the side of the handle to adhere it. It's not the strongest thing in the world, but This is just plastic, you know what I'm saying? And all I needed to do is pull up and down and swivel, you know what I'm saying? Which it does. But I wouldn't carry this whole thing using this handle, obviously. Put some Gorilla Tape around it just to hide the screws and the bracket and stuff. And this tube over here is on there very well. As you also saw, it was really easy to attach these straps on here. It feels great. Solid, looped it around here, clipped it. And this one here has a clip over here. And it attaches just like they mostly do, you know. I was lucky that this thing is made with, you know, 2 handles, because since this one was broken, right, it's really not very strong to carry this whole thing unless you carry it like from here, you know, on this side, which it's still attached to this. But over here, I put like a rubber tube in here just to make the material of a handle, you know, and then put yellow tape around it because, well, it's a yellow and white machine, almost like a Cub Cadet, you know what I mean? And so you want to keep with the theme. You're not going to put black here because it would look better with yellow, you know? You know, I think about these cosmetic things too, you know? So I'm not going to use this as a handle. I know I'm going to try to grab it this way too, but I'm going to just try to grab it that way, you know? But at least it's still here and not look like it's cut. And if I cut it here, there would be 2 holes there, and you'd have to put tape there anyway, you know what I mean? So I just made something so at least it looks kind of stock, you know? So it seems like it runs, it looks pretty good. It's complete now, and as you guys know, this thing ran no problem. I just got to figure out which way is the choke. It says open down. So up is choke, I'm gathering. Up on the throttle. And the primer bulb is very cool. It's super soft. I'm actually going to show it to you. I'm taking you off the tripod. I'm going to get a better look at everything here. My camera shut off before because it was so hot. I mean, really hot today. The handle I made. And stuff, but honestly, have you guys seen a used backpack blower that doesn't have duct tape around the hose? At least mine's black, right? These are the straps. It's fake leather, but it's pretty strong. And it attaches to the... Works just fine. So here's a better look at the Vandermolen Windmill. Let me get you in the sun. There you go. 540 BT. Here's the air cleaner. This is the choke. It says open pointing down, so this is it's open. This is full choke. It's the pull start recoil. Powered by Kawasaki. Livingston, New Jersey. I believe this is a 40 cc is what I think I read. Anyway, this is the return line, right? And look at the width of the fuel line. It's huge. And the primer bulb is right here. Little black thing. Feels good. It's 20 to 1. Where did I just see that? There. I'm sorry, 25 to 1 gas to oil mixture. So a lot more oil than normal, because there are weed whackers and stuff that are 50 to 1 and 40 to 1. 25 to 1 means that you need to put more oil ratio mixture. So that protects the piston rings and the cylinder wall. I'm going to fire it up and try it out. So that's the repair, review, and use of my very rare Vandermolen Windmill 540 BT backpack blower that we just fixed. I mean, it was working, but now it's complete, you know? I'm going to bring this over to my mom's house when I go mow her lawn sometime later this week. And then now she'll have a backpack blower, or I'll have a backpack blower over there at her house so I can blow out the clippings and the leaves and stuff. It's very useful. Thanks a lot to Mike's Lawn Service over in Babylon. Follow him on Instagram. He's a good kid. Remember, he mows veterans' lawns for free. That's right, free. He's a good kid. Hey, Mike, thanks a lot for this machine. It's really cool, man. So, you know how I always say, maybe I'll keep it. And then I'll say, no, I'm not going to keep it. I have too many. But this one I'm actually going to keep. You know why? Because it's cool. And it's yeller. I'm yeller. Anyhow, today it's so hot that I can't even work outside. Because right now I'm just dripping, you know? So, as you guys know from my project yesterday, that mower deck for the Craftsman LT1000, the bottom bearings of both spindles are shot. So I might go to Larry's house because he's got a ton of spindles and bearings and blades and belts, and I need a belt and I need 2 bearings. So I'll just go over there and check it out. You know what I mean? Man, oh man, I got to tell you, man. I've got so many engines in my garage, I just got to go through them and get rid of them. You see what I mean over here? I mean, I've got 3, I'm sorry, those 2 are 17.5 short blocks, right? Some with head, some without, right? This box over here, Larry brought me yesterday. It's an 18.5 remnants of an engine without the, I think the connecting rod broke or something, right? And then that's another 17.5 that Nick from Medford gave me, right? There's a Quantum engine that I got from Nick from Lindenhurst. I know a lot of Nicks. 5-speed Ash gave me that one. This one was off that Murray I picked off the street, and I mean, I think it works, but it has a different style, whatever, carburetor thingamabob, and also it has 2 busted. Both those engines have busted bolts that are stuck inside the engine block, so I don't want to drill them out. I'm just going to, you know what I mean? I don't even have a deck anyway to put these engines on, not to mention it's too much work to put them on anyway, so I'm not going to do it. I have bigger fish to fry all the time, you know? So that's that. There's also 3 more engines like that in my shed, which I have to take out, take apart, and throw the carcass away. This box over here, this crate, is from Nick from Medford also. It's another 17.5, or no, you know what? This might be a 20. That might be a 20 horsepower engine. And some carburetors and some flywheels and stuff. And I'll probably just, honestly, I probably will just part all these out. Maybe see if I have enough to make 1 engine, right? But then I'll part them out and sell parts on eBay. But to continue with this project, right? I've decided that I'm going to name it the Frankentractor Nightmare. That's it. That's the series that this is going to be. It's the Frankentractor Nightmare. So to continue with the Frankentractor Nightmare episode 3, sorta, this deck needs to be finished, right? I need to finish this deck. I can't move on without finishing the deck because I don't like to leave things there. And I know I need an engine for that, right? But maybe I can make an engine out of this, right? But number 1, I've got to get the deck figured out, okay? That has to be complete first before I can move on to another project. I mean, I can't do like 3 half projects and then kind of figure out what to do, you know what I mean? I'm not like that. I'll finish one thing first, move on to the next one. So I can't move on without getting bearings. So I need to go to Larry's house to get bearings. And that's where I'm headed now, because it's just too hot right now. So I drove over here to Larry's house, and they're not home. Which, can you believe that? Anyway, so I'm just in his driveway, and that's Bobby's house there. They live across the street from each other. Got a MTD over there. I think it's a Boland's, right? It's got a for sale sign on it. Got another Craftsman LT1000 with a bagger with the for sale sign on. That's right. Put all the tractors on Bobby's lawn for sale. He lives on this huge incline. I think he picked that up yesterday. DYT 4000. I think he paid like $100 or $150. You know, I might have to start doing that. He's got a little umbrella there to work in the sun. Got a power washer here to wash his machines. He's working on a deck. Pool on. Let's see what he got over here. Box of pulleys and stuff. Ooh, bench grinder. I could use that. Let's go exploring. Oh, he finally did get that. See, he told me he was going to go get that Weed Eater 1. You guys remember, if you're very, very loyal subscribers to Mowers and Blowers, you'll know that I had a Weed Eater 1 too. It was one of my very first 10 tractors, I guess. Mine was a Sandy victim. Hurricane Sandy. It was completely flooded. I got it running, but then I sold it for like $100. Biggest waste of time and money in the world. Holy cow. You know, when I first met Larry, he had like maybe 3 or 4 tractors. And then after we met, he's gone nuts. Absolutely crazy. For him to sell 18, holy cow, he has 2 Weed Eater 1s. That's crazy. Look at all the LTs, all the LT 1000s. Lots and lots of them. He's been busy. Ooh, a DLT 3000. This is nice. Look at those 20s in the back. This is really nice. Good money for this one. Today's such a hot day. A dip in the pool would be nice. Unfortunately, I don't know how to swim. I could take a nap. Sure knows how to make an entrance, doesn't he? Strange. Hey Larry, that was quite an entrance you just made.
Did you like that?
It was on video too.
Was it?
Hi Mika. Anyway, so we've been messing with this. Got some bearings out of spindles, right? And hi.
Hey, when's the last time you had tongue in your mouth?
I'm married with children, so a
That's
long
why I'm
time.
asking. That's why I'm asking.
So we got some bearings out. We got a belt for me. Got some spindle shafts, man. Golden, having a good time here with Bobby and Larry.
Give kisses.
And look at that. Look what I got, huh? Hey. Wait, you made this?
No.
Oh.
This is even better. This is Bobby's lemon ice. Lemon Italian ice.
That's
It's
next.
good.
I'm having that next. Well, at least the brakes work. So I've been at Bobby and Larry's now for, I don't know, it seems like 2-3 hours now. And I really should be headed home, but they're giving me a bench grinder, which is very cool. And they found it on the street, and they each have one, so they said I could have it. When I move down to maybe North Carolina, I think I might move to North Carolina in a few years, I'm not sure. But when I do that and I don't sell all my stuff, I'm bringing all that stuff here anyway. So we've been trying to get his new tractor starting easily. It doesn't. It cranks and cranks and cranks almost like it's a fuel delivery problem. We took the fuel filter off just to rule out like it was the fuel pump or anything. We did a gravity fed fuel tank and still has the same issues. We just did the valves. And I know we did it when the engine was still hot, which is not very accurate. But it seems to run a little bit better now. It seems to start better. Try shutting off and starting it again.
Boom! Sometimes it does that.
Seems like the problem has been fixed. I guess I'm gonna have to go home now.
Henry can rescue.
Yeah, right. I had a good time hanging out with them. But that's about it. I gotta get home. It's been fun hanging with the dudes. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Do that again.
I don't know what's going on over there. But them protesters better not impede my trip home.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.